Hello my loves, we're going to be doing a cozy collective intuitive reading. So if this resonates with you, it is likely for you. You may experience just like a knowing, you may feel a pull, your spirit guides might let you know, there'll be some sort of synchronicity that you feel, that you know, that helps you realize and helps you see that this reading, these messages are for you. So take what resonates and let's begin. Okay. First of all, I feel the need to congratulate you. Spirit is saying there has been a lot of weird. I'm hearing imperfectly perfect shifts that have taken place for you. To explain further, the way that they're saying this, or the reason they're saying this, is because at the time of these shifts, when the emotions and the triggers came up, it didn't feel like it was perfect, or that it was right, or that like it made sense, you know? I feel like a few of these shifts started out quite uncomfortable, I'm hearing forceful. I'm hearing like it's forced you to look like really in the mirror and like reassess priorities, reassess perspectives, reassess foundations, reassess so many variables and where a lot of your energy is coming from, as well as where is it going, and then also what's coming back to you. There's this understanding that you have entered that, as uncomfortable as these shifts have been, like I'm hearing tower moments, I'm hearing like emotional upheaval, I'm hearing like fight or flight response as well. As uncomfortable as these emotional and physical shifts have been, you're starting to see now why they were imperfectly perfect. And I've just had a bit of ache in my tailbone now, which makes me think that a lot of this has got to do with security, and a lot of this has got to do with safety, your nervous system, and even money, but just in terms of your foundation, your physical foundation, your financial foundation, your emotional foundation, whatever it is. I feel like something's been stripped away, whether you've chosen this or this has happened to you. It feels like you were aware of this, but also open to this, but also when it happened or you decided this, it still shook you, like it still threw you off quite intensely, and it's left you almost like reeling for the past, I'm hearing, week, few days, maybe even month for a few of you. There's just this sense of like whatever has happened, or a few things have happened, and it's been tied to your security and like this foundation that you stand upon, and it's made you really, really see things clearly, and it's needed to happen, and you're aware of this now, and that's sort of the space you're landing in. But there's a part of this that you haven't been seeing. Spirit is saying is that where you are now, or what you're shifting into, if you don't feel grounded yet, you're shifting into this space. But in terms of this groundedness that's either coming in or you're feeling this now, there's a part of the process that you've been missing, which is that this has been so essential, and that this has been a long time coming, and all of the work that you have been doing, this isn't just like something just like big happened out of nowhere. Like this has been a build up of so much work and so much embodiment, so much integration that has taken place, and it was like the final piece is what I'm hearing, like the final yeah, the final piece in the puzzle. I saw almost like this like brick get slotted into place. So strange. The final piece in the puzzle has been like pushed in or like placed. And again, as much as you're seeing this now, it's been very uncomfortable and very heavy, and it's been a lot on your body. So you could be feeling very, very exhausted. You could be feeling maybe at times out of your depth. But the shift that's taking place now, where either you're entering now or you will be soon, is this groundedness and this centering of your security innately and externally, in which you know how to hold yourself and you know how to take care of yourself, and you aren't just in knowing of this, you're in feeling of this. So there's this connection that's happened between your mental space and your emotional space and your body as well, where you're cementing, coming together now in a belief that you understand that you are capable of taking care of yourself, providing for yourself, and doing all the things you need to do to keep yourself afloat, is what I'm hearing. There's like this almost like constant distrust that you have had in yourself, either growing up or throughout your entire life, where you felt so out of your depth, but were always thrown into the depth. Like you were constantly swimming in the deepest of oceans with no way to survive, and you always made it out, but it didn't leave you feeling, oh my God, I've made it out. It just left you feeling like just you like just back and forth in the war zone. Like it didn't ever, you never came out of them feeling strong. You just came out of them feeling battered, is what I'm hearing. Like you came out of them drained, exhausted, waiting for the next one. You never felt like, oh my God, that was a victory. It was always, I somehow made it out alive, but you didn't have the energy to celebrate. And it feels like there's an energy of celebration coming up, because you realize now that it's not the same way as survival. It's more, you have always had what it takes, but you're now feeling trusting of yourself. You're now feeling more capable than you ever have before. And there's this ability you have now to know where you're going, trust that you can handle it, and trust that every step and decision that you make or take, one, is yours and your responsibility, and that you can do it no matter what it looks like, whether it's hard, whether it's easy, whether it's an obstacle, whether it's a struggle, whether it's more lessons, whatever it is. It's not like an energy of you're preparing for the worst. It's just an energy of you're feeling responsible and accountable for your life. You're taking full responsibility. And that's something you've always been absolutely terrified of doing, because you never felt like you could. And it's almost like you've always been waiting for someone to come in and save you and rescue you and pull you out of the depths. But you've realized that you mastered swimming in them so long ago that you've made it out yourself. And if you ever end up back in them, whether it's a new lesson or whether, new, whatever it is, whatever life brings, you have what it takes, is all I simply I can say. You have what it takes. And it's not even like this perspective of if hard things come, you can do this. It's just you're ready to be responsible for it all. You're ready to be the version of you that faces things head on. Maybe you've had issues with suppression and avoiding your emotions, avoiding certain things because you're scared and you didn't think you could do it, and you were waiting for someone to show you the way, and you're waiting for someone to, it's not that you didn't face, it's not that you didn't do these things. It's such a conflicting energy you've experienced within yourself, is like this, you didn't believe in yourself, but you also thought you had to do it all alone. It's like you're waiting for someone to come in and save you, but you're also hyper independent. such an interesting, it's like this mix between codependency and then hyperindependence. There was no in between. You were always swinging between one or the other. And it's like you've reached this independence where you can rely on yourself and trust yourself, but you also have the capacity now to be supported by others and know that you can trust them too. And it's like this space of like, oh yeah, I've got this, but like, oh my God, like I'm so grateful because I'm so supported as well. And it's a really, really beautiful energy that you've never really been in consistently, I want to say. And that's really what you're shifting into at this time, and you're feeling grounded and you're feeling secure, like so much more than I feel like you ever have before. Like you had so many areas of your life where you've had to be tested with the trust, and if you're going to trust yourself and trust your voice and trust your feelings and your intuition and all the things. But it's like this really deeply embodied self-trust in not only can you survive, but you can create. And that's the next step and the next level up that you've kind of entered. And it's been this perfect way to get you there. And it's been hard and it's been heavy and it's felt chaotic. But through it all, there's this gratitude and then there's this like, wow, like relief of I'm so glad I made it here. And it might not necessarily feel like a destination right now. It still feels like, honestly, it's weird. It's like this transition period that's still going on, but you've reached a checkpoint, and I don't think you realize, or a turning point, or think about no turning back. You've reached a point where you can't turn back, and that's because you've taken responsibility. You've taken full responsibility and accountability for your life, and you've never done that before because you've always been terrified of messing it all up. So you never let yourself fully believe that you could, that you were capable, that it was even possible for you. And because you've entered this energy of responsibility and trust in such a grounded and embodied way, even when the fear comes up, you know how to support yourself and you know how to hold yourself and you know how to be there for yourself. Even when the emotions rise, you know that they are needing to move through you and that you aren't stuck in them and that you're learning from them, and they're not there to burden you like they used to or like they used to feel. They're there to inspire you, motivate you, and help you see things differently. They're there to help you transform. And you've known that for a while, but it's just like this finally bringing together of all these pieces of a puzzle. It's like you've all been mastering them one by one in a sense, but like now you're finally bringing them all together and you can now see the whole picture, and you're like, wow, like I can really do so much with this now. Like I can really create so much more than I ever even let myself dream, on a really like physical level, on a real level where you can manifest and you could co-create, and it feels more readily available, and like it's just not necessarily happening quicker, but it's realizing in a way that didn't before. That it didn't before, that your life wouldn't before, because you would put things out there, but then you would take the step back because you were too scared to be the one who did it. Again, the responsibility coming up here. This is so interesting. And I think it's because you've had such responsibility on your shoulders throughout your entire life that you truly just didn't want the burden anymore. And you knew how heavy of a burden it was to be responsible for so many lives more than your own, that you just didn't want to be the one responsible for your own, because that it could be your fault, you know, if you make the wrong decision, and that was a scary thing for you to think about. But that's not where you are anymore. You're like, if you make a wrong decision, it's not really a wrong one, and it's just learning. You can change your mind and change it again, and you can choose different things, and there's no end, and you know that, and you see that, and you're working with that. And now I feel like it's opened up all these possibilities for you, and that's another energy that you're shifting into. Like either it's now or it's over the next few weeks, next few days. You're shifting into this energy of, wow, now that I see this picture so much more clearly and I feel so much more grounded and centered, there's so many possibilities. There's so many places I can take this. Let me really, like, not test my limits, because there's no limits, but let me really stretch my wings and have a scope of all of the landing sites, is what I'm hearing. Like, I'm seeing like a bird's eye view, like someone like soaring over all these potential places that you could go to, and all these places that you can dive and land and enjoy and flourish in. And again, the knowing that you can always fly up again and go somewhere else. You could literally be moving soon, or it could just be more of like an energy of, you know how to move from place to place to place to place, and different energies and different states of being, and being the ones that serving where you want to go and what you want to create more of. Wow, such beautiful energies coming through tonight. I'm truly like so proud of you, and your spirit guides are so proud of you. And honestly, I want you just to celebrate yourself right now. Your spirit guides want you just to celebrate and be in this energy and enjoy the lessons and enjoy what all of this is bringing you right now. If there are still some aspects of your world that are, you know, the physical is still moving a little bit slow and still taking shape and still taking formation, like there's no need to not trust it. It's just really have the focus on the joy, and it's going to make time fly like that. It's going to make you realize that things were never really as serious as you once thought. This could be money, this could be the material, financial security here, or like I'm seeing home or locations, or like decisions in terms of like, physical bits of being and bits of doing. But in terms of that process and how long those things take, I'm hearing the joy is the portal, the joy is what gets you there, and what gets them in front of you is what I'm hearing. And I've been talking about that a lot of my collective readings, so whoever this collective is in, like, joy is such a portal for you. So allow yourself to walk through that portal and be in that portal and play in that portal, because it takes you further than you know, and further than you can even comprehend at times. Any final messages, please, Spirit? Interesting, I have my TV remote here, and this remote feels significant because, like, I'm always seeing, like, even the movie Click with Adam Sandler could be significant. I actually might watch that tonight, but it's like you can press a button, you can make a decision and see what it brings you, like, see what's available to you. That feels really, really significant. It's giving 7 of Cups is the energy that's coming up here. Like, press a button, make a decision, have a look, play in the energy, see what's there, explore that. And you can always choose something else. You can always do something else. I'm hearing there's no stopping you, there's no end to this, there's no limit to this. It's whatever you believe, it's whatever you use your strength. You're not using your strength in a survival mode anymore. You're using your strength in your power, in power that you're able to wield with more clarity and with more desire and with more safety. There's an assurance and a groundedness in this power that you can wield to, I'm hearing, create and manifest the things that you want. And you need to be using it more, because previously you'd not been, it's like it had been on but not really being used, or it was being used subconsciously and it wasn't being used in a way where it was decisive and it was clear. It wasn't clear. And it feels like it's getting clearer, or it feels like I'm hearing, it feels like it's being cleaned out. Like I'm seeing like a filter being like cleaned. This power that you've had to bring these things in has never shown up in this way before, because you've always doubted your ability, your capability, but because you've taken such responsibility for your life, and because you've stepped into this version of you that is grounded and centered and knows and trusts and is willing to keep trusting and make the decisions no matter where it takes you, no matter what it brings you. It's like you're also being given, it's like you're taking your power back when it comes to, you're not just willing to be open to seeing, you're also able to be decisive of what you would like to see, if that makes sense. Like, you're aware of the unknown, you're open to the unknown, and you are living things up to, co-creation, but you know that your input is being heard and is being brought back to you in a way that you desire. So play with the remote, play with the buttons, play with your options. Explore what's available to you and make use of it. Don't let this power, don't let this energy that you now have access to in a much clearer, fuller form be misused again or be underused again. Don't let it be taken for granted. Don't take it for granted. Don't let it dry up, is what I'm hearing. Fuel that part of you. Nurture that part of you that knows, that wants, that makes it happen, and is open to more. I'm going to leave it at that tonight. I feel the need to say thank you for some reason. Thank you. Your spirit guides, thank you. Because you've opened up such a big part of yourself that I didn't even think you fully comprehended what your last few decisions, whether it's internally or you've actually physically made some decisions, have done for you. You've set yourself up so beautifully for this year and all that is to come into your world. And I'm hearing make an appearance. Okay. I'm also just hoping your spirit guides, thank you for entrusting us, putting your faith and trusting us. Thank you for listening. Okay. I love you.